How did Grammy Award-winning performer DJ Khaled amass a net worth of $65 million? We will unpack the details of DJ Khaled's road to riches in today's episode of How They Got Rich.
My name is Dan Henry, and when I was 16 years old, I decided that I wanted to be rich. So I studied as many wealthy entrepreneurs as I could and used what I learned to create my own successful business. The purpose of this channel is to share my research with the world and show you how they got rich.
DJ Khaled, Grammy Award-winning performer, American DJ, record executive, record producer, author, media personality, and major social media influencer. How did the man who was once so broke that he slept in his car turn into a multi-millionaire recognized as one of the world's highest-paid hip-hop acts? Khaled Mohammed Khaled was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, in November 1975 to Palestinian immigrants. Khaled's father had $20 to his name to provide for himself, his wife, and their unborn children. The two of them would work tirelessly to make ends meet. They would raise their son to work hard. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they worked side by side. And from a young age, Khaled joined his parents in selling clothes out of the family's van at flea markets. Spending his youth surrounded by people with a do-whatever-it-takes mindset would prove to have a lifelong influence on young Khaled and contribute to his future success. Khaled once told CNBC, "If I wanted to hang out with my mother and father, I had to hang out with them hustling." Not only did Khaled's parents impact his work ethic, they also played a part in his musical influence. Both of his parents were musicians, so music was often played around the house. They played everything from Arabic to rap and soul. Khaled took an interest in music at a young age, and by the time he was 13, he had turntables, a drum machine, a small collection of records, and was DJing in his garage. With the support of his parents, he continued to follow his passion for music. In 1993, Khaled landed a job with Odyssey Records. It was here that he made some of his first relationships in the music industry. Lil Wayne and Birdman were just getting started when they met Khaled at Odyssey. The beginning of Khaled's journey to success would test his resolve. In his late teens and early 20s, he worked in a few different record stores and tried to support himself through DJing, but he was barely bringing in $100 a week. He had no mattress, no real furniture, or even food in his tiny apartment, so he slept on the floor and considered his records to be his only furniture. Even with so little, he still couldn't make his rent and found himself sleeping in his car, staying in cheap hotels, and being evicted multiple times. But his lowest point came when he spent an entire month in jail for driving repeatedly on a suspended license. Clearly, something had to change. So shortly after his release, he packed his bags and made a decision that would change his life forever, moving to Miami, Florida. Anywhere he had the opportunity to DJ, he took it. With $20 in his pocket and a Honda Civic as his home, Khaled followed his parents' example, and he hustled. Finally, in 1996, he was hired as a radio DJ for Mix 96, a Caribbean pirate radio station. That was followed by another job working at the hip-hop station 99 Jams in Miami. Next, he would find himself with a regular DJ gig at Rockers Island, a Friday night Miami party. All that hustle was about to pay off. One night, a man named Luther Campbell walked into a party and couldn't help but notice Khaled's incredible energy and complete intolerance for anyone not hitting the dance floor. Not long after that, Campbell signed him on to become the co-host of The Luke Show with Luther Campbell on WEDR's 99 Jams. Campbell said, "Imagine the Energizer Bunny. Now imagine that bunny is big and hairy with a knack for spinning vinyl. How could you not want that on your team?" Khaled's undeniable charisma and engaging authenticity as a co-host not only grew his fan base, but also led to name recognition, as DJ Khaled became known all over the world. It was the springboard for his solo radio show, The Takeover. His years on radio would reveal a need to stop playing the records of others and to start producing his own music. And that is exactly what he did. He created his own music, his own sound. Every eviction notice, every night spent sleeping in his car, every drop of sweat spilled hustling to make it, paid off. DJ Khaled's debut record, Listen the Album, was released on June 6, 2006. It premiered at number 12 on the US Billboard 200 chart. 1 year later, he released a second album featuring Rick Ross, Birdman, and Lil Wayne. We the Best debuted at number 8 on the Billboard charts. It was on this album that DJ Khaled created the well-known vocal signature heard at the beginning of his singles. DJ Khaled! You can't miss it. It leaves zero room for the listener to question the artist responsible for the song playing. Like it or lump it, it totally works for one of today's most vivacious personalities. Later that year, he won 2 Ozone Awards, Best Video for We Taken Over, and the second was given for Best Radio DJ. This man with a crazy amount of creativity and unbridled talent was just getting warmed up. 2008, and DJ Khaled had a third album released. We Global was loaded with guest artist features: Lil Boozy, Ace Hood, Kanye West, and several others. The album's single, I'm So Hood, was certified platinum that June, and later the same year, he was named DJ of the Year in not one, but 2 different awards programs. But he wasn't done with 2008. DJ Khaled had found his sweet spot, so he decided it was time to launch his own hip-hop record label, We The Best Music Group. Khaled was establishing himself as an authority in the music industry. More people were being drawn into his tidal wave of creativity and success. As the new president of Def Jam South, he had serious plans for the future. For Khaled, that meant taking advantage of every opportunity to work hard and be successful. The 4th album was released in 2010 and contained the double platinum single All I Do Is Win. Within months, DJ Khaled started teasing his fan base with the announcement of his next album on Twitter. Behind the scenes, Khaled was collaborating with no less than 15 other artists to make it happen. Nicki Minaj, CeeLo Green, Jay-Z, Chris Brown, and T-Pain were just a few of the heavy hitters. DJ Khaled was unstoppable. Single after single, label after label, he took all the lessons about hard work and applied them to his life. For the next few years, Khaled would continue working with various artists, release multiple albums and singles, and announce his own brand of headphones, We The Best Sound, as well as loudly mentioning a highly publicized 10-carat proposal to Nicki Minaj. That certainly got him some attention. But it was 2015 that would truly change Khaled's career. In 2015, Khaled began putting his genius creative energy into social media. Snapchat became his best friend. He treated it as an opportunity to bring fans along into the daily life of DJ Khaled. They loved it. Khaled said, being authentic always wins. When people see somebody that is just real, they love it. It ain't no act, it ain't no fake. His positive personality, authenticity, and innate ability to connect with people compelled his audience to follow him loyally, while drawing in more and more fans. Khaled was reaching 3 to 4 million viewers per post. Seeing the value of social media, he began using it strategically and grew his following on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as continuing with Snapchat. Millions upon millions of people were now following DJ Khaled. When DJ Khaled spoke, people were always listening. The day after announcing his partnership with Weight Watchers on social media, their stock grew by 8%. In 2016, this Snapchatter of the Year went viral on social media when he chose to post his Key to Success theme, where he shared his wisdom about being successful. True to form, Khaled went over the top, making people connect with his hilarious yet genuine posts. He even shared the highlight of his year, the birth of his first son. He followed up by releasing his book, The Keys, and 9th studio album, Major Key. The album was a huge success, debuting at the top of the Billboard 200, was certified gold, and received a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Album. The next few years only served to multiply DJ Khaled's success. His albums continued climbing to new heights and winning awards. In May of 2019, Khaled worked with Nipsey Hussle and John Legend to introduce the video for Higher. Days after the video was shot, Hussle was murdered in Los Angeles. Khaled used the proceeds from the sales of Higher as a gift to Hussle's children. The song earned the Grammy for Best Rap/Sung Performance in January of 2020. Throughout his career, DJ Khaled has received 82 nominations and won 30 awards. The man who repeatedly missed his rent and slept in his car never lost the will to pursue his dream. He never lost his hustle. He never lost his drive to win. And that is why you'll find him at the top of his game with a net worth of $65 million. DJ Khaled says about himself, I know that I've been put on this earth to make people happy, to inspire people, and to uplift people. That's a beautiful thing.
Hey, Dan Henry here, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of How They Got Rich. I created this channel because these men and women inspired me to quit my job years ago as a pizza boy and pursue entrepreneurship, which eventually led me to become a multi-millionaire. If you'd like to know more about that, you can follow me on my main YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dan Henry. But before you go, I'd like to remind you why the people on this channel are successful, as well as myself. It's because they've mastered 3 main areas of their life: business, productivity, and mindset. And that's why I've made it my life's work to help others in those 3 key areas. So here are 3 ways I can help you right now. If you own a business and you're looking to grow it, you can head over to getclients.com and learn how we built a $20 million business, as well as learn how these strategies can apply to your business. You'll find a collection of free trainings, podcasts, and blog posts on that website to help you grow your business. As well, you can grab a free copy of my book, Digital Millionaire Secrets, which is a Wall Street Journal and USA Today bestseller. You can find that on getclients.com. Number 2, you can head over to plantomorrow.com and check out the Plan Tomorrow Daily Planner. This is a planner I personally designed to make myself more productive and get things done. Because the truth is, if you want to do big things, you have to get things done. And I know this planner will help change your life like it's changed mine. For a limited time, it also comes with a free productivity class taught by me, so head over there right now and grab yourself a copy. And finally, number 3, if you're struggling with mindset, confidence, motivation, imposter syndrome, or you're just looking to develop a rock-solid mindset so you can achieve more in life, then I want you to head over to howtothink.com, where we have daily mindset mentoring on how to achieve anything in life by changing the way you think. So grab a copy of your Plan Tomorrow Daily Planner now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode.